Hi there. Welcome back. This is going to be short and sweet. Part 3 of the magazine challenge. I just thought I'd pop on and show you how I'm going to do this. And so it's not, I doubt it's going to be 30 minutes. Yesterday I made the new curved spine liner to go into the spine here. So what I want to do is I want to put it in. And then I want to fortify these shoulders a bit. They are, they're quite thin. When I hold it up, I can actually see it's not in as good shape as I thought. I'm wondering about the quality of glue that was used, why that's wearing so much when it really appears from the pages that I found in the text block. I found a number of pages in the text block that were not sliced across the bottom. And if anyone had actually read this book, I'm sure they would have torn or cut or sliced open those pages so that they could read inside. So it was obviously a flaw of the bookbinder, but it sort of leads me to think that this has simply been on a shelf somewhere for all of its life. So I just wanted a gentle little curve, and I made a little liner. Oh, there's my phone. Hold on. That was the sweetie pie. He's at work, and he was just letting me know how long he thinks he's going to be. So what I want to do first is, I think this is still a little too long. I don't want it going right down. I don't want it going right down to the bottom. I'm going to trim a little bit off of this. I like a little bit of give at the tops and bottoms of my spines. So, and I just want to take those sharp corners off. With old fabric, you run a risk of when you're doing a hard spine like this, poking it right through that fragile fabric. So I just sort of take those pokey corners off, and let's measure it again and see what I mean. All right, well, that guarantees that we're putting lace in. Well, it makes it easier to put this in now. Crow. Oh, that's fine. That'll be okay. I'm going to put lace up there, and it's going to, that'll be fine. You know what? That may change my plan actually now. That might have been open the whole time and I didn't even know it, because it's just really worn out. I think I'm going to, in order to give this fabric here and here a little more support, I'm actually going to glue this band right to the back of the spine. Then I'm going to put the new spine liner in. So I'm definitely going to take it down even more. And then I'm going to put just some light gauze inside, just to strengthen the hinges. So that's why I thought you might be interested in how I do this. So fabric to fabric with unknown glue there that's just not coming out. I'm sure there's a way to get it out. I'm not doing it. I'm going to use 3-in-1. I want some paper underneath me here. Hold on one second. I'm looking for paper. There we go. Alrighty. All right, now let me stand up, make sure I'm still in camera. I am. So I'm just going to put some in here. and squish it around so it holds itself in place. And okay, and now I want to pat that into place because some of the back, it wasn't quite an even rip when it decided to let itself go. There we go. Oh, now it's saying, oh, I want to stick to that. Gosh, that crunchy old glue is, I'm just worried that it's going to interfere with the new glue holding. Like I said, you can't really glue something to sand. And that's what it's like. It's not a fixed surface. So by scraping it off, you can give yourself a fixed surface. All right, here we go again. A little bit of 3-in-1 in there. I'm not too worried about seeing that it's everywhere because I'm going to just sort of squeeze it around when I push this down. So this is going to look really ugly, but it is all going to get hidden with when the new text block goes in, when the lace goes on the ends. She's going to look like a new woman. So it's kind of like when you're cleaning up your room. It looks worse before it starts looking better. Now I'm going to flip this over because there's some wet glue on there, and 3-in-1 and Fabri-Tac dries shiny, and I don't want any on the front of this cover. All right, so here we go again. The new slightly curved spine. You know what? I mentioned this morning that I was able to bump up my second dose vaccine, and I gave the wrong amount of time because Canada was at first giving their doses 16 weeks apart, which apparently, according to all the manufacturers, is fine. Quite doable, but we were doing it, of course, I want to take a little bit more off. Sorry. We were doing it because we were still trying to secure enough vaccines for our whole country. So initially, my second vaccine was set for August 3rd, which would have been fine, but they have been able to secure enough doses to keep them coming in now. I forget how many million a week. So we were allowed to bump up our second appointment if we want. And so I was able to bump mine to June 14th. So that's actually 6 weeks sooner than originally thought. So that's lovely, boys. So 6 weeks sooner to normal life. Being with my family again. My goodness. I've got 2 grandbabies that I haven't even held yet. And one of them is going to be 1 year old by the time I'm able to. And one turns 1 in July and the other turns 1 in August. So I'll be good to go in August to hold that other one at least and be able to say I held him before he turned 1. So that's nice. All right, so we've got that new spine in there. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, I'm happy. Now this is cheesecloth. It's a fine weave cheesecloth. So it's cotton, it's unbleached. That doesn't really matter. Again, not going to be seen. I'm concerned that I want this smaller too. I simply want to support the hinges, so it doesn't need to go top to bottom. It just needs to support a goodly portion of this shoulder, so that this book will last another 50, 75 years or so before another artist is going to take it apart and give it a little strength again. So I'm going to take a little bit more off. Cheesecloth is quite a dickens to try and cut straight. There, that's fine. That's going to give me the support that I'm looking for without bulk. I like my covers to be really flip-floppy, hingy, and I don't like to bulk up these shoulders with too much glue and too many layers. So if I'm going to put a layer in, I want it really thin. In this case, because I want it really flexible, PVA is a nice glue to use, because it still retains a lot of its flexibility. So, and I probably could have used PVA for all those things that I did there, but I am used to this one. I'm still getting used to PVA. So we're going to start. All right, where is my little pokey tool? I need a pokey tool. Let's just use a needle. I need to clean this out. All right, we'll try. I'm just going to get it going up here. There we go. All right. I'm going to put some in here. I'm going to quickly spread it around, so I want to move fast. So I'm being quick. It doesn't need to look beautiful. Like I said, it's going to be inside the book. And the shoulders are the most important part of this procedure. It'll hold on to that just fine. And then I can do the rest in a moment. Let me stand up. Let's see if I'm in. I am. All right. And I'm just going to lay it in there. Doesn't need to be perfect. All of this is going to be hidden. There we go. I'm just going to use PVA here since it's already open and running. Come on. I said you were open and running. Now I want it to remember that bend there. That. So that's why I'm pushing on that while it's still damp. And that's why I'll show you in a second what I do when it's time to, when I'm going to flip it over and let it finish drying. Oh my goodness. This is driving me nuts. Hold on. There we go. Let's try again. There we go. That is better. It was behaving like it's art glitter glue, and you're not art glitter glue. That's better. I'm just spreading it out there. Pat it down. All right, the next step is I'm going to use one of my trusty cut open freezer bags that I like, because what I want to do now is flip it over and push in on those. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm telling it that I want it to hold those little divots. I always worry about my rocks, whether they have ink on them or something, so when I can remember, I'll use paper under the rocks. So there, now I will just let that finish drying like that, and then the PVA will remember that. The next time you see it, it's going to look awful. It's like having surgery and you see your incision like 2 days later and you think, oh my goodness, what did they do to me? And then it gets better and better and better. So you'll see my bricks here. I've got some of the signatures already just sitting under the bricks. I wanted to keep working on them. So when I want to just keep working on signatures and I don't want them into the press yet, usually I use the press, you know, bedtime or whatever. If I want to work on those papers, I wait till bedtime. But if I'm working on the papers and I still want to start encouraging them to bend, let's move you over. What I will do is that gluey? No, okay. I just keep my bricks handy and I'll just keep them under the bricks while I work on them. And that will just get the process started. You don't have to do that. I just do. My bricks are there. Might as well use them. So I've picked out the front pages from the actual text block that I want to use in the new text block. And then I've also saved and put aside the other first pages of chapters so that I can make tags out of them. So those are saved. We'll be making tags. And I want to see how flat this is going to get so that I can see whether I can put some more paper in. You'll notice this is quite a blank one. So far, the only printing in it is whatever is from the text block. The rest are blank tea-dyed papers. There's even a little Nancy paper in here. And there it is. So that's what that is. So I'm just going to leave that be. I'm going to let the spine dry and accept its new lot in life. And I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to start looking through the magazine and picking out what I want to do. So thanks for joining me for part 3. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm not sure there'll be any more little pop-ins today, but never say never, right? Take care, everyone. We'll talk soon. Bye.